White was here. This deck, Mortar, Cannon Cart, Graveyard, Night deck. It is the most consistent deck in the new meta. It counters almost every deck except a few decks like the opponent if has Hog EQ with archers, that is a hard counter, and maybe you can make a hard counter to this deck, but in this meta especially this deck is countering almost every deck like it can defeat P.E.K.K.A, it can defeat Logbed, it can defeat X-Bow, it can defeat Lava also. So let's hop into the replays. First replay against P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam. I got the new emote today only, that's why I was BMing with the emote for free. The opponent starts with a bandit from the back. Cannon Cart is a good response to a bandit, and after the opponent plays here the battle ram, I was thinking that the opponent is definitely playing P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam, and here I was thinking the opponent may Royal Ghost, but the opponent plays well, I guess, and Electro Wizard on my troops. I knew the Zap wasn't in rotation, so I pressed with Spear Goblins, but the Royal Ghost, unfortunately, the Royal Ghost one shot the Spear Goblins, so we cannot be able to get that much damage. Right now I just block with Mortar so that I don't take that much damage. In this case I will fast forward because the opponent plays a good move, that is P.E.K.K.A from the back. If we don't have Mortar, we cannot punish, I guess, if the opponent starts with a P.E.K.K.A in the back. And here I need to use my Graveyard. Luckily the Cannon Cart was able to lock on the Magic Archer because the Magic Archer was played higher than the P.E.K.K.A to get some damage on my tower, and here I knew there was a good counter push available, so I just went it, and as the opponent had no zap, he had taken lot of damage here, and with almost this damage I cannot be able to lose. I just baited out the P.E.K.K.A, and the Mortar is so good, it splashes onto the tower also. It got me 2 hits, and I need to drop my Hunter here, or the Bandit would dash onto the Cannon Cart, and we will not get that much value, and the game is literally over here. The opponent cannot do anything, just need to drop a Graveyard and the game is finished. Let's hop into another match against Logbet. Logbet with Inferno Dragon, Inferno Tower is kind of a really good matchup, I guess. But great Logbet players like Kid and Jason, they are able to break through still, because they are like god levels. They had practiced their deck so much, but against a really good player also you can break through with this deck. With Tesla maybe a little bit difficult, but with Inferno Tower you can be easily able to break through, in my opinion. I thought the opponent will split Goblin Gang for the Knight and Cannon Cart, that's why I go with aggressive with Graveyard. That's my here my thought process was kind of wrong, and here I just Spear Goblins and again go with Mortar. The opponent drops a Princess at the same time. My Mortar was able to take out the Princess, that was good for me, so I did not need to pressure and worry about the princess anymore. And the opponent tried to get a tricky barrel on us. I was ahead in elixir, so I dropped a knight first from the back. I dropped cannon cut like same, and here I just wait till the knight comes closer to the cannon cut, and here I just messed up my firewall. I thought I would hit at the same time the princess and the knight, but I just messed up. And here I knew that the goblin gun will come in front of the princess, and as the goblin gang was out of rotation, I just go here graveyard, and the opponent was forced to play the goblin barrel on defense. So I had gotten here. I just went in aggressive with mortar as the Tesla was not in hand. I was down very much elixir, but I still went with the mortar because the Tesla was not in hand, and the opponent cannot punish me at that time because he need to respond to the mortar. Here the opponent plays the goblin barrel in front, but I was thinking not to take any damage. I tried to fireball all of the goblin gang. It gave me good damage on the tower of the opponent tower. And here I just play. I thought it may be the barrel was kind of a little left of the princess tower, so I threw my bar barrel to the little left. And here I just first went in with graveyard because I knew the goblin gang was out of rotation. I did not get that much damage. Here I knew the prediction princess was coming. That's why I placed my knight in that position, so the princess will lock onto the knight. And here, see this hunter placement, guys. This is the perfect placement you can place to counter a goblin barrel fully. That was the placement. You can go behind and watch the hunter placement again, but that was the correct placement. And here I tried to predict the goblin gang because I knew it was coming, and I knew the goblin gang was coming for the cannon cut. That's why I went graveyard in with opposite lane. That's how you can win the game, and that's game. That's how you have to think in the middle of the game to make a winning strategy. And against lava, I will lava night witch miner. This deck is becoming meta slowly. in this matchup, I had done a big mistake in the last, which I will tell. That mistake would have cost me the game if the opponent had more time, but luckily the time ended and we won by tower HP. Because I think I will take his tower earlier. Here I first pressured knight. That's the most basic thing you should do. First pressure the opposite lane to bait out some troops. We bait out his zap, but that wasn't that much good. We hunter as the opponent wasn't playing anything, and my bar barrel was a little ahead, and we just fireball. We don't want to take any type of crazy plays. We don't want to make any type of crazy plays, and that's why we just fireballed. Here the opponent plays a goblin cage to the left, in which he has damage, and I knew the flying machine will come. I tried to take out this flying machine with the spear goblins. I was able to get a mortar hit, and I think, yeah, this knight survives. So I just go in with bar barrel and graveyard. I will not have gone with graveyard if the lava hound had not came, and the lava hound had came, and I saw that double elixir was approaching. That's why we just go with graveyard. The night witch was at low health. We first block with a knight, and I should have firewalled in this situation. This situation I just go with hunter, which was my very bad mistake. I should not have gone with hunter. That was my biggest mistake. I should have firewalled. And as I had gone with hunter in the left lane, the opponent made a big push on the right hand side of our princess tower. So we cycled back to hunter, but it was so late. The opponent was able to just minor firewall the hunter with one shot, and here I just kind of choked because I did not had hunter in my hand that time, starting when the lava hound user was creating a big push. And I will see the replay against this crazy goblin heart, giant skeleton bomber, and zappies and hunter deck. The opponents tried to start with a high goblin heart. I did not had knight in my hand, so I was not able to go with knight graveyard. Otherwise, the opponent had committed a goblin hut and a zappies there, which was of 9 elixir. I just used their cannon cart, which is only of 5 elixir, and I had their lead of 4 elixir. I could have gone. They are ignoring all these zappies and other spear goblins. I could have gone knight and graveyard, but as the knight was not in cycle, I was not able to go knight plus graveyard. Oh, doesn't matter. We can win this game. It wasn't that much a hard matchup. They have arrows for our spear goblins, which is our main counter to graveyard, I guess. But it wasn't that much bad of a matchup. I think it's my matchup like maybe 65-35, I guess. Maybe, because I had not played ever against this deck. Here I just went in with knight plus graveyard, and the hunter luckily able to survive and finish off my knight. The bar barrel came for the opponent for the rescue, and I just went in with a defensive mortar to take out the goblin hut and still stays alive, but the opponent blocks with a giant skeleton. Here the opponent surprises me with arrows, so I need to use my bar barrel, and the mortar was so good. It just take out 4 to 5 spear goblins which were spawning from the goblin hut, and the bar barrel was able to take out. Look at this cannon cart. Luckily the spear goblins get a one hit on the cannon cart, so the cannon cart died. Otherwise it may have locked onto the opponent's tower, which would have won us the game easily. But no matter, we were ahead by like 700 something damage. I thought, actually I don't know why I put my knight there like that. Here the opponent hadn't have elixir, that's why I was saying. Otherwise I might have get punished in this place. My cannon cart was just blown away by the giant skeleton bomb. here I just went in with knight and graveyard. I just firewalled the bomber. I thought maybe I would have firewalled also the barbarian barrel, but doesn't matter. The graveyard takes the tower. And Lava Loon with Baby Dragon and Mega Minion is the last match we faced for the 12th win. The opponent starts with a balloon from the start. We unfortunately did not have any answers in our hand. We need to firewall, and I thought maybe the miner will go to the back, but the opponent was really smart. The opponent miner in a place where the balloon's death damage will just hit everything, which will come to defend the miner. That was a good thinking of the opponent. Should have predicted that. And the baby dragon came in front of the lava hound. You just take it easily. I just dropped my hunter to the side to distract the baby dragon, so that first the baby dragon locked onto the hunter. After that I will drop spear goblins to distract the mega minion. And I just firewalled early, because if the balloon had gone out of range of the hunter, then the balloon would have gotten a hit. That I wasn't wanting. That's why I had firewalled early. It was not a mistake, but it was firewalled on purpose, because if the balloon would have gone out of range of the hunter, the balloon would have definitely gotten a hit on our tower, and that's how we could have lost the game easily. So I tried to play safe. I thought to firewall earlier. The lava pops and the hunter was able to take out the balloon easily, and the lava pops also. After that we just cycle hunter from the back, and I just use my knight before the hunter, so that when the opponent's troop comes to the hunter, they will face the knight first, and the hunter was able to take out the rest of the troops. Here I just block with knight, and as the firewall was used on the before on the other hunter, I was able to cycle back to a new hunter, so it was able to take out the troops easily. In this case we should I think against lava hound, the most basic you can win is either by splitting damage, or maybe just take their by what basic I will say, the you should trade towers in case of lava hound, and you should save your hunter to take out the remaining troops of the lava hound, and you should go in double lane pressure to attack. So at the when the opponent has taken your tower, you should have taken their tower. You have tower traded, and you should have used hunter to kill the other units, and you should go in for second tower, and you should try to take their second tower for winning. Okay guys, I will see you in one of my next videos. Please comment on what deck you guys need the video, and I will try to record on that deck and try to upload as soon as possible. Okay, bye guys, stay safe and play fair. Bye.